There.
Hello, this is part 2 of the BeagleBone Black Internet Radio Challenge, where I'll go over the system requirements and how they were established for this project. And the first thing that I'll go over is the actual review, that format on element 14, which is, did everything come in the box that was required? And I have to say no. One of the parts was missing, the Wi-Fi antenna, but the element 14 people were real good about sending that shortly after. I would say a micro SD card could have been used, but they're not too expensive, and I had resources to get some in hand for eventually needing to install the Ubuntu operating system instead of using the built-in Armstrong. And then right after that, I wondered how I would get sound out of the BeagleBone Black, seeing as how I was using the LCD cable and not the HDMI cable. They would allow sound out of that cable. So I ended up getting a USB sound card and hooking up just headphone jacks with speakers at the end of them to get sound out. The next question is, compared to what other products, how would you rate the comparison to other projects? And I've already written an app to run on Raspberry Pi, and it will run on any operating system that supports MDP and MDC and Java 6. So it also asks what were the bigger problems with working with encountering in this project so far. And one is that I'm not familiar with Armstrong, and it took me a while to figure out what the package manager was, which is a command called opkg, and it's similar to Ubuntu's apt-get. And I couldn't get, another stumbling block was that I couldn't get Media Player Client working on there, and so that's what had me go with what I was already working on the Raspberry Pi, which is Ubuntu. And so I installed that on the SD card and moved on to the next requirements. So the LCD worked right out of the box, and so I didn't have any problems with the cape or the buttons working. Then I got the operating system installed and followed some online guides to make sure that the expansion card, the SD card, was expanded all the way to allow me more room to put the apps that I needed on. Once I had Ubuntu on there, I just tested the sound card with MPlayer. Then I installed MPD and Media Player client for that, and installed Java next with the OpenJDK version. And at that point I had the system requirements except for capturing button presses off of the cape via Java. And that's mainly because the app I wrote is written for a background process execution, and to capture keystrokes in Java, so far I've only seen, without help from JNI, is to use a Swing app, and that's not what I'm doing for this project. So I may have to revisit that requirement. And porting the app didn't require any changes. I just used the existing jar from the Raspberry Pi version, wrote it once, and now it runs on those two platforms. And the code isn't on GitHub yet. There's a showstopper bug that I want to correct before I post it. And next I'll show a quick demo of the app running. So this is an Ubuntu system, and I already have a web app running. Here's my terminal into the BeagleBone. Quickly, hope I can just get this back in line. Here are the speakers that I'm using. The sound card plugs right in there to this USB hub from Adafruit, and then that plugs into the cape with the BeagleBone Black on the back side. And so there's the terminal. And if I can get let me see, it's running there, so you can see, hopefully, that I can play the station there, and It's talk radio.
I'm from Atlanta, where he was born and raised. The giant monument to him in the middle of the city. Yeah. Second of all, I went to high school in
You can't really see the label of the buttons, but this is the next button. And you can see the IP of the streaming host, and a quick little name of the, I guess it's Big Up Radio Champion. This one's not playing. Let me see if there's an error. That showstopper I mentioned. Yeah, well, that's a quick preview of the app. Thanks for watching. There's more to come once I get that showstopper bug